Okay, so it's Black Friday weekend. All the sales are going on. I'm super excited. I already ordered a bunch of stuff, but here's some recommendations. I found a bunch of great deals on Gruv.com, and Amazon's having their Black Friday sale. Now, in the past, I would have went to a store and had my recommendations there, but obviously that's not really happening now. You can really only get your physical media in Walmart or online. So as we go into these online sales, a great way to stock up this time of year. Obviously Christmas is coming, the whole nine. So it's just a time to save money, and this is a great way to do it. So we're going to dive in. First, I'm going to go with the Gruv. I got Amazon. I also have like a something that wasn't well advertised on Amazon where I was able to get buy two, get one free movies. And also I have a surround sound recommendation, something Black Friday sale. Now we're going to dive into all that. But the very first thing here, and I got to look at my notes because I tried to do like a screen record at the same time and my computer was just crashing out. So this is like the third time I've done this video. So as we're diving in, I'm going to look down at my iPad, but I'm going to record that screen and be able to put it up on screen at the same time. So Gruv.com, all the links are going to be down below of everything I'm talking about today. The very first thing we're going to talk about, Gruv.com has a 4K 3 for 30 deals. So in the 3 for 30 deals, they have a lot of great things, stuff that I'm just picking up or just wonderful movies, and maybe I haven't got the 4K yet, but 3 for 30, $10 each on a 4K. I think that's just a really good pickup. The very first thing here is The Thing. So the price on it is $11.99. I don't know if that's been the normal price recently, but it's something that I haven't picked up because I have the Blu-ray, I have an HD DVD, I have multiple copies of this movie. So it was never a day one, but I'm finally grabbing that because it's coming in the mail. So this one here for 12 bucks, 3 for 30, Unforgiven. We're going through. The Big Lebowski is one that, even though I personally don't love this film, I recommend it because it's just a good pickup, 3 for 30, add it to your collection. I know a lot of people love this film, so I know I'm in the minority, but it's one of those ones that I just don't get it. Serenity is one that I had on Blu-ray, so I finally did the upgrade this season, so that was a nice pickup. The Mummy is a great movie to get into, so that's another 4K that I want to grab. Casino is a beautiful movie, love it, one of my all-time favorites, and I think the 4K is just really sharp on that, top notch, and so for 3 for 30, I think the Casino one is a perfect pickup. Backdraft is another wonderful 4K. I love that one. I've had it for quite a while. So 3 for 30, that's a must pick up there. Let's see, what else they have? Animal House, that's another great one. Last Night in Soho. Now, I love that film. I think it was beautiful, and so I did a whole review on it like last year whenever it came out. So that's one that I love. Jaws 2 is another one. I highly recommend it. It's one of my favorites. Now, I know people love Jaws. People don't like Jaws. There's like a whole conversation about that. I don't really care for the first one as much as the second one. I love it. I think the second one is a great film. And every time I mention it, people in the comments tell me how horrible it is and how I'm wrong. But I don't know. It's just not for me. I think Jaws is fine. I think it's fine. The new Tomb Raider, that one, 3 for 30 is not a bad pickup. And Two Guns. I think Two Guns is just a super fun, underrated film. Just a great action comedy. You got some great banter between Mark Wahlberg and Denzel Washington. It's one of the ones my daughter calls a bang bang shoot 'em up. It is pure fun ride. Really enjoy that one. Lucy is a great sci-fi film. Well, I know not everybody loved it. I think it's a perfect reference disc. It's just going to really, demonstrate your entire system and show it off in the best possible way. So if you're looking for a reference disc or a demo disc, Lucy's a great one, and picking it up for 3 for 30, I think is a great deal. American Gangster, another one, 3 for 30. I don't think you can go wrong. Just a wonderful movie, great 4K. The Mummy Returns, so you can knock out all your Mummy movies, it looks like. Those are some great ones I would recommend. You can dive into this all on your own. There's so many great things here. Kong Skull Island is a great one. Hellboy 2 is a good 4K. Psycho is a great 4K. So there's a lot of stuff you can definitely stock up on. Smokey and the Bandit's one of my favorites, but dive into that on your own. Then they also have these 4K Black Friday UHD deals. And out of these, I did pick up Horizon. That was a day one, but then my wife went on deployment, so we haven't had a chance to watch it. It's one of the longer films. Dune is a perfect one to get into because for $13, it is a top-notch 4K, easily a reference disc, but also has perfect Atmos. So like if you're looking for disc to really show your surround sound and Atmos and just get into all of the second part of 4K movies, because half of it's video, half of it's audio, to get into the second part, Dune is a perfect one to really demo your sound system. Oppenheimer's a great pickup for $13. And then Super Mario Brothers, the cartoon movie, I thought it was okay. It's not my favorite. My kid really loved it. So $13, if you don't have it, that does make a great stocking stuffer for the kids. So there's a lot of ones down there. Now, the Black Friday Steelbook deals, there's not a lot here, but there's a couple interesting ones. So the biggest one for me is this Back to the Future 35 anniversary trilogy here, the Steelbook. I have that. I love it. It's one of my favorites. But for $35, I really don't remember what I paid for it because it's something that I did get way back when on day one. But I think $35, I think that's a pretty good deal because the standard edition of this on Amazon is $30. So $5 more, you're getting all the Steelbooks. It's just a sharp edition. The Grinch, I think it's a beautiful looking steelbook, and so that one's just a good pickup there. 1917 is a good one. Animal House, I think Animal House is pretty interesting because it's something that it looks really good, but then the actual steelbook on here is something that it's not my favorite art, but it's something I hadn't really seen before, so it kind of just struck me as just being something different. And the whole Bourne collection there, so those are those steelbooks. Do the Right Thing is another one you might want to pick up, but other than that, that was pretty much all they had for the steelbooks. As we go into the 4K $10 holiday movies, so these ones here, you're looking at Elf for $10, can't go wrong. The Grinch for $10, I don't think you can go wrong. I think those are all great, top notch. Holiday Inn is one of my all-time favorites for $10. I don't think you can go wrong. A Christmas Story for $10, go ahead and grab it. Christmas Vacation is just a perfect 4K to grab this time of year, but also it's just a beautiful looking 4K on top of being a great fun movie. That for $10 I think is just a great deal. You have the Polar Express. Everyone says that it's a top-notch 4K, a perfect reference disc. It's one that I still only have the Blu-ray. I don't think my daughter really loves it, so we never really upgraded, but maybe we'll pick it up for $10. And then you have your classic Rudolph and Charlie Brown Christmas. I think those are just a must for every household. But for $10, A Violent Night, that was just a fun movie. I have the Blu-ray. It's something that I had, when Netflix went out of business, it was my last rental. You got to keep your last rentals. And so I have the Blu-ray, but for $10, the 4K, I might as well just pick it up. So there's those. You have the Rankin Bass stuff, Frosty the Snowman, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Those are some good pickups for $10. But then the Black Friday Blu-ray deals. The Black Friday Blu-ray deals, we're looking at $10 each, and it says limited time only while supplies last. We're looking at Mad Max Furiosa for $10. The Holdovers, now that one did just get a 4K, so you might want to wait on that one, but I hear it's a really good film. It's something I haven't seen yet. I'm looking forward to diving into that 4K for the first time and really just giving my thoughts on that. Abigail was a super fun movie, and for $10, I don't think you can go wrong. Dune, again, if you weren't going to get the 4K and you just had to have this in your collection, I think that's a good pickup. And The Bike Riders is something that doesn't have a 4K. It might get one eventually, but it is also a newer film, so that one is a great pickup for the price. In here as well, Kung Fu Panda 4. I think it's one of the weaker ones out of all four movies, but it's one of the ones that all the kids seem to love. So that's a great pickup, a great stocking stuffer. And that's pretty much, I think, what I would recommend there. Double check. Oh, and you could pick up Oppenheimer. If you didn't get the 4K, they got the Blu-ray for $10. You can grab that. That's not a bad pickup there either. Blue Beetle, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. My daughter loves it. $10 is also a decent one for a stocking stuffer on that one. And the Black Friday Blu-ray deals. 3 for 20. So the 3 for 20 Black Friday Blu-ray deals on Gruv.com. You have Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. It wasn't my all-time favorite Jim Carrey film, but it's a decent film. It's definitely worth a watch. If you're interested in it, I'd pick that one up. But The Mask is a must-own. So in the 3 for 30 or 3 for 20 Blu-rays, I'd pick up The Mask, The Outsiders. I hear Deadwood is a perfect, like almost like a reference quality Blu-ray. I hear it's really, really good. So that's one I would definitely pick up. I would pick up Legend because it's one of my all-time favorite movies. So as you know, I love that movie. I have multiple versions of it. I even have this one. So Legend is something that, you know, I'd recommend anytime, but I love that one. The Last Starfighter is a good one to check out. If you're into sci-fi, it's an 80s film. It's definitely a fun one for the family. Nobody is like, it's kind of like John Wick if you've never seen that one, but yeah, it's an interesting film. I like John Wick a lot more, but that's not a bad pickup for the price. The original Dune, The Gray, I saw it when it first came out, and so it was good. I thought it was really good, but it's something I never revisited. I think I kind of put it up there with like disaster films, and so for me, it was a one and done, but it is a phenomenal movie, and I think the snow would look really great on, you know, my television, but it is still only a Blu-ray. Not a bad pickup for the price. Batteries Not Included, I think, is a must-own for, you know, it's a great family movie, just something fun from the 80s. And if you've never seen that one, it's like alien robots come and they can fix things and they take things apart to make other things. Really interesting because there's this whole building with all these different people and how their lives are all discombobulated and they're about to tear the building down and everybody's going to be homeless. These robots come into their lives and kind of shake things up a little bit, and it's just a kind of a heartwarming story. Really enjoy that one, but it's something from my childhood that I think everybody should watch. The Great Outdoors is one I highly recommend. So if you don't have this in your collection for the price, 3 for 20, I think that's a steal. It's something I watch all the time in the house. Deer Hunter is another one that I think everybody should own, or at least just watch once, but not a bad pickup for the price. Orgasmo is something that had my interest because I saw it when it first came out. So we're talking like over 20 years ago. It's a hard R, raunchy comedy, something that I haven't had in my collection because it's not appropriate for any of the rest of the family members. And like, it's one of those things where I'm just like, I can't really watch this, but for the price, I might grab it and, you know, save it for like a late night watch. But I just remember it being a hard R, you know, laugh out loud, raunchy comedy. One of those good ones there. I'd recommend Far and Away, but the 4K just got announced, so I'm holding off for that one. But if you're not a 4K person and you got to have the Blu-ray, that's not a bad film. So again, you're going to be able to dive into that. There's several pages, but those are just some of the real standouts for me for that. And then as we go into Amazon, Gladiator is a great one. So this one here is $18.99, not a bad deal. But there was some bigger savings on some of these things, like The Shining. I think The Shining is a perfect 4K movie, just a wonderful reference disc, and just a great film. And you're looking at $11 for The Shining. That is one heck of a pickup there. 2001: A Space Odyssey. While not everybody loves the film, it still really is a reference disc. So if you're looking at something to demo your system, or if you love the film, clearly a great pickup. But $13, I don't think you can go wrong either way, even if it's something just to have to show your system off, really see what it could do. Interstellar. I'm not a big Christopher Nolan guy. I don't have a lot of his films because they don't have the rewatchability, but people love Interstellar. People love Christopher Nolan. So $18.49. It's still a sale. The normal price is like $25, $26 in that price range. Oppenheimer's also on sale. So this one here is $17.87. Not a bad pickup. Now that's one of the ones that I still have. I really enjoyed that one. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, I thought was just an overall fun film. And $17.99, not a bad deal there. So there's some better deals here. The Superman here, $69.99 for the Superman. It's not the steelbook box set here, but I think the price I remember this in was like in the $90 price range, like $89.99. So I still think it's on sale, but they're claiming that it was $134.99, showing a bigger savings. I don't think that that was there because I remember when I saw this at Best Buy, I wanted to get it. I think it was about $90. Family Matters is a pretty good sale for this TV show. It's $80 at Walmart. Again, this is one they're showing $114.99 and at a price of $39.99 for the sale. So it's half off the Walmart price. Still a really good deal, but I just don't think that that $114 is the original official price of that. One movie that I always recommend is Fifth Element for $12.49, the 4K. I don't think you can go wrong. One of my all-time favorite films. I have tons of versions of this. Just a top-notch film for me. Scarface is another one I highly recommend. A beautiful 4K, and this is something for $11. I don't think you can go wrong. Let's see. Wall-E. Wall-E's a good one. Now this one here, $25. All the Criterion stuff all the way till the end of the month is still half off, and Amazon is also honoring that. So if you're going to pick up any Criterion stuff, you can grab it through Amazon, or you can just go to your Barnes & Noble still. But they're also having The Thing. I know it's on Gruv.com, but The Thing for $11. Really can't go wrong depending on where you're going to get it from. Shawshank, that's another beautiful movie. Great 4K for $11. So these are some of the recommendations. Full Metal Jacket's another good one. This price here is $11. So you're going to get a lot of the older 4Ks. Great price. Now, if you want like a really good 4K for picture and sound, great Atmos, Dune's a great one, but so is Dunkirk. And Dunkirk for $12, not a bad pickup. Really going to be able to demo your system on that one. Saving Private Ryan's also on sale. Another great film. Beautiful 4K. And this one here, $18. Not a bad pickup. Let's see. This one, it's perfect for this time of year. It is controversial because some people love it, some people hate it. I am in the camp of, I think it's pretty good. I like it, and just my memory of it. I think it's a great film, and I think the transfer is great. I think it looks really good on my TV. But there's so many people that disagree. But this one for $17, I think it's not a bad deal for picking it up, and you're talking about planes, trains, and automobiles. I personally think it's a good image. Taxi Driver on 4K, I don't think you can go wrong with that one. And this steelbook version of it, it is $28.49. So I don't think that's a bad deal for the steelbook. It's really sharp. I'm not a steelbook collector anymore, but if I was, that would be a must own. And I do have it on multiple versions. I do love this film, but the steelbook I did pass on. Let's see. This Columbia Classics Volume 3 is $62.49. They're listing it at $164.99. I think that's right around the original price of this, but for $62, I think it's a good pickup if you're trying to collect the Columbia Classics or give a gift to somebody. I think that's a great pickup there. The Lost Boys is something that I recommend everybody own. It's one of my favorite films, a wonderful 4K, easily in some of my best 4Ks ever, and $12. I think that's a steal. The Starship Troopers 4K right here for $15. I don't think you can go wrong with this one. All right. And picking up the King Kong for $11. This is the Peter Jackson version. Just a great 4K, wonderful film. It's on the longer side, but amazing on my television. Event Horizon's another one that I highly recommend. It's something that I haven't seen it in over 20 years, but I remember it being a really good film. But for $15.49 for the 4K, I think that's just a really great pickup. Looking forward to that one. Varsity Blues is another one. The 4K on it for $17, not a bad pickup. Serenity was $10.99, not a bad deal. And Beverly Hills Cop 2. Now this one here, it wasn't the biggest sale, but $21.99 is still cheaper than what it had been. This was at the higher price range. I think when I bought the first one on 4K, I think this was in the $30-ish price range, around there. So $21.99, not a bad deal. And then I did end up picking up Beverly Hills Cop 3. I know that's not everyone's favorite film, and even Eddie Murphy kind of hates it. So it's talked about a lot. But in the whole franchise, I like those original three. I think they're fun. The third one definitely is the weaker of the bunch, but it's still, worth a watch. The first one gets watched at least twice a year, the second one once a year, and the third one every couple years. So we still watch them all, but it's something that I had to pick them up because I had the original 3-pack Blu-ray and I had the 4K right away. And so it's something that as I have this, now I have the, this extra 3-pack, I just want to get rid of it. So grab those, looking forward to it. I think those are great buys. Mork and Mindy, this was like $22 for Mork and Mindy, so $22.49 for that. The entire series, it's going to be a great stocking stuffer. Looking forward to that because my kid loves Mork and Mindy, so Christmas is going to be fun for her. Amazon's doing this deal. I didn't think it was well advertised. I just noticed it. I was trying to get this Point Break 4K. I was going to get the international version because it was at $25, but this one here, the Shout Select, when you click on it, it says 3 for the price of 2, and so it's basically buy 2 get 1 free 4K movies. Now when you go to it, it brings you to this site right here, and it's 3 for the price of 2. I've used this before, but it's everything. Vinyl records, books, CDs, everything. So if you just want your movies, you can come over here in the search bar, type in DVD, and it'll bring you all of the DVDs that are in that buy 2 get 1 free. You can do Blu-ray. So you can have a ball and just check out what's available, what's on sale, what you can save money on, and basically what you can get for free just by doing this. And so there's a lot of things here, some 3D Blu-rays. So if you're still doing the 3D TV and you have all that, that's actually a great pickup because I remember those things were super, super, super expensive. So as we go into this, I went through the 4K route because 4Ks are pretty much the latest and greatest right now and on the more expensive side. So I typed in 4K, I grabbed a whole bunch of things. So the very first thing here, I noticed it was Knowing, Blade Runner 2049. That's a great pickup there. Body Double. I ended up going with League of Their Own. This is the one that I got the 4K for free because I purchased Face Off and I purchased Point Break. So that was my free one. That's a pretty good purchase, I think. But as you come in here, you're going to be able to check them out. There's a ton available. Ronin is a great 4K. Cujo's another great 4K. Kindergarten Cop, that's one. I think I'm going to go back and grab this one because I have the Blu-ray. I love the film, and getting the 4K, I don't know why I don't have it already. But that's just a fun film, so I'm going to check that one out. But there's a lot of great options in here. So you're basically buying 2, getting 1 free. You add all 3 to your cart, and it auto-calculates at the end. This one right here, this Clint Eastwood Paint Your Wagon, this one is actually a musical and Clint Eastwood sings in it. So that's one that I haven't seen it in a while, but it's an interesting watch. This one, Prime Cut, is something that I'm interested in, and for $25 and then being able to get one for free, that's not a bad pickup right there. Even if it's a blind buy, getting it for free, it might be an incentive to check out something that you've never seen before. You got a bunch of Clint Eastwood stuff here, some 4Ks that are just, on my wish list, things I've wanted, definitely stuff on my radar. So this is a great way to stock up and save some money. Rollerball from 1975. I think that's a must own. Goodfellas is a great one. I absolutely love this one. I know that not everybody loves the transfer on this, but I go back to, I think it's the way it was recorded and not necessarily the transfer. I think it looks amazing on my television, but the Matrix here is a reference disc. And so this is something that if you don't have it in your collection already, it's definitely a great pickup at this time of year to be able to buy 2, get 1 free. Poltergeist is also a high recommendation, a perfect reference disc. Just love this film. And Wanted would be probably a decent pickup. It's at the higher price range at $28.14. Dune, the 4K, that's an amazing reference disc for audio and video. So that'd be a great one to pick up. Upgrade was fun. So there's a lot of fun ones in here, but then, there's so many to talk about and a whole bunch of different recommendations. I'd get The Departed. Well, actually, I have The Departed. War Games, those are top notch. Really enjoy those ones. Jupiter Ascending, that's something that I wanted to like a lot more. Like most of what they do in the movie is kind of in my wheelhouse, but that film, I couldn't get into it. So it's something that every time I see it, I always kind of want to add it to my cart, but I didn't enjoy it. I really didn't. And I tried a couple times. Sherlock Holmes, that one was always really fun. So that'd be a great pickup. Too Fast, Too Furious. If you're into the Fast and Furious movies, that 4K would be a great one. Jurassic World. The Last Unicorn. Now, I never picked it up, but it's something I saw when I was a kid, and they just don't make films like that anymore. There's definitely some darkness, and it's not your typical modern cartoon for kids. That's something that's really interesting. Rope is a great movie. I would love to grab that 4K. National Lampoon's Vacation's perfect. Two Guns is another one. I think everyone should own this film. Just a wonderful, fun, action comedy. The banter between Mark Wahlberg and Denzel Washington is just top notch, but this is just action packed, gunfire, chases, like everything is rolled into this movie. Really fun one. I never got into Parasite. I know it wasn't for me. I know this is an award winner and people love it, and most people have this in their collection. So for $14, that might be a great addition for you, but that one I didn't grab. But Duel, that's that old TV movie. I think it was Steven Spielberg's, one of his early ones. So that's something that'd be worth checking out. R.I.P.D. Now that for $17 is something I really always enjoyed, and I already have the 4K, but that's just a nice pickup there. Ghostbusters 2, top notch. So there's a whole bunch of recommendations in here for buy two, get one free. Stand By Me, I think, is an absolute must. Beautiful 4K, wonderful film. I hear good things about Doomsday, and Platoon is just absolutely top notch. So there's a lot more to take a look at, but those are just some highlights and just another way to save for Black Friday. Now on to the surround sound Atmos, the recommendation. Now I don't have this speaker because I have a Bowers & Wilkins system, and mine's on the higher end of my stuff. It's just stuff that I've had for years, and I'm not ready to upgrade, but I have a lot of money invested into my surround sound. But this is something that everyone talks about in the community, comes highly recommended, and people are buying this. And so I just want to point you in the right direction. It is on sale. It is Black Friday. I don't know if that's the original price, but it's listed at $249 on their website, and then the sale is $200. Now speakers are priced each, but they're sold in pairs. So two speakers are coming in this box, and the price is $199 each, total of $400 for an Atmos speaker. And we're talking about this SVS Elevation. Now this is something that it's really neat because you can mount these on the wall, or you can mount them on the ceiling and have them down firing or firing at you, however your room provides, and just really good. And if you're looking at Atmos, mine are both. So my front ones are on the wall, kind of angled at me, but the ones that are over my head, they're directly on the ceiling above me, firing down. So that's just what I did. But like I said, I went with the Bowers & Wilkins. I've had them for years. And then I even had my stuff and some of those speakers before Atmos was really a thing. So it's just something that, I've had them along the way. And when you are buying speakers, it is generally, recommended to have them all in the same brand. So you have a voice matching. So there's no differences in pitches and tones as the sound travels through the speakers. So that's why I've never purchased the SVS, but they do come highly recommended. And for the price, I don't think you can go wrong, because mine, I think, were a little bit more than that. So not a bad deal. With that, let me know in the comments down below what you're going to be picking up, things that you're looking forward to, or if there's any other sales that you might have found. I know stuff's coming out on Friday. We're going to talk about it on Saturday. I have all the stuff in the store, all the shirts, and our Black Friday thing is going to last all season. So the whole rest of the year, into, the end of December is when it's going to be the cutoff, but 10% off of everything in the store, and everything that is over $150 is going to get free shipping. Check out this video right here for more movie recommendations. And with that, remember to watch a movie today, and I'll catch you guys next time.